Welcome back to episode 140 of the Block Runner Podcast. I'm your host, William, always here with your co-host, Iman.
What's going on, man?
And on the sticks, we got TJ.
Hey.
Thanks for joining, as always.
And we're back.
Yeah.
About to talk about AI.
Again.
Can't
just
stop
like everybody
talking about
else.
it.
Just like everybody else.
This one's different, though. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, what was the context of our AI discussion last week? Just because?
Well, no. The context of the conversation last week was look out because AI is coming to crypto.
That's right.
And it's going to come to essentially, for the most part, like in the whole volume of AI crypto, it's coming to scam everybody.
I guess. Yeah. I think we're in that part of the bear market, the bear phase, where clearly things are settling down from the previous bull cycle. So it's basically where we started this whole podcast. Yeah. Like from day one. We're in the exact same full circle moment, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
To where we were 4 years ago.
Yes,
right?
100%.
Was it 4 years? 2019?
2019?
Just about. It's been just about 4 years.
Almost 4 years. It'll be like
Holy
March.
Toledo's, dude.
Yeah, March would be 4 years.
Dude, wow. That was a quick 4 years. But anyways, so that's kind of like a testament to that's how cycles go. So
yeah,
back in those days, we're like, man, there's crickets all over the place, dude. Nobody cares about Web3 anymore. Everyone got smoked by ICOs.
Yeah.
EOS, especially.
Yeah.
I don't want to call them out too hard, but everybody got kind of smoked, right? Similar to how a lot of people are pissed off nowadays. New crypto onboarders from the last cycle, they're pissed that their NFTs are pretty much valueless.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of the metaverse land that they purchased, almost valueless. You know, everything's across the board is down 90% plus.
And that's right? Not just crypto, stocks too.
They're on their way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of a market rally going on right now just for,
for the giggles.
Well, there's recession numbers are starting. I mean, we're not going to have that discussion today.
Yeah.
The macroeconomic stuff, we'll talk about that another day. But the point is, everybody thinks crypto's a scam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's not actually in the space. The ones who came and left, they left thinking, they just had worst experience of their life. They've been violated as bad as you can get by anything, because it's sensitive, to get your money taken from you.
Yeah, when you're buying Bitcoin at $65,000, it's not going to feel good.
And everybody who was telling you to buy,
because
was also telling you it's going to 300,000 by the end of
that's right
the day, that you bought it. Yeah, so it's like fuck. Okay, I'll buy some finally, and then you get wrecked.
Yeah.
Right? Therefore, you come out feeling like shit. Right? Yeah. And then there's people on YouTube, people on social media piling on to that known sentiment, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you guys are stupid. You guys, we warned you.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? So
Peter Schiff being the ringleader.
Yeah, exactly. He's always going to be that guy.
Yeah.
But the point is, so I guess, I don't know, we've been seeing a lot of that, right?
Yeah, so much so that I stumbled upon this video. This guy, creator, Jani, great creator. He makes banger videos.
Okay.
On a consistent
Shout
basis.
Out Jani.
Yeah, this guy, talk about quality. This is your dude right here.
Yeah, from a production standpoint, pretty goddamn good, dude. A lot of work goes into these videos. So.
Oh, absolutely.
But I guess he released one recently that caught your attention, right?
Yeah, it says crypto, the world's greatest scam. So it was like instant click. I was like, because we understand crypto. We know that it's very powerful, very useful. Mm-hmm. And of course, we've seen the volume of scams that have engulfed crypto. Yeah. But we know that it's inherent value. So we know that it's not, the technology is not a scam.
That's right.
But its application of the technology, of course, is being used for scams. And so I wanted to get this guy's take. I was like, okay, he's has a negative sentiment about crypto, just like everybody else on the planet, right? But in his previous videos, he was like, Bitcoin, the future or the world's greatest scam?
Okay, so he's like in and out. He's got 1 foot in, 1 foot still out at this point.
This is a year ago. So this is when Bitcoin was like, $60,000, 50, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so I remember watching this video. I think it was positive.
Okay.
Right. I don't remember exactly.
Well, I need to right away. He's already putting fiat money front and center. So in order to understand the value of Bitcoin or crypto, you have to understand money. Yeah. First of all. Yeah. Where it comes from, how value is even established amongst a civilized society, who's facilitating all that. Yeah. What's the risks of it? So Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all in that video right there.
Yeah, so I started watching this over the weekend, and I immediately sent it to Iman to watch.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of things that stood out to me in this video. And you know, this is essentially, this video is 100% accurate of what crypto is.
It was a good rundown.
Yeah.
Pretty much of the whole bull cycle we just experienced, right? It was a lot of it had to do with you know, the meme coin madness that kind of spun up.
Yeah.
And of course, the NFT art craziness, Beeple being like a huge catalyst to it. Because, dude, it was actually pretty fucking
it was
surreal.
A good summary.
It was
because we saw,
lived it.
Yeah, exactly. We saw everything, but in real time.
Yeah, and like we were witnessing it, but it definitely it didn't feel like that.
Yeah,
like he made it look like a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like a movie about our lives.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we were just we didn't do any of that stuff. We were involved, of course, in NFTs and the metaverse and all that stuff. But well, obviously we didn't make the cut, which is good because we didn't do anything, you know, to deserve scam status.
Yeah,
but he did call out some projects that we watched grow from their inception point, like Axie Infinity especially.
That's right. Yeah.
So we know a lot, I think, of insider details. Not even insider, just we were very present when a lot of these people in a content creator like him was not.
Yeah.
A lot of these people came in after like the euphoric phase, the euphoric uprising of all these things like NFTs. There was a period, like a year, where we were involved where literally nobody cared from the outside world about this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And we were sitting around, everybody's trying to understand, like, damn, this is powerful to us. We see the implications, right?
Yeah.
We see the value. So how does the outside world, come to the same conclusion?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like how me and you were always talking about the same thing about the metaverse. How does the rest of the world eventually like understand what it is we get?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So, and then at some point the world does find out, and they do understand, and they want to participate, and they see the value, and then something like Axie Infinity will blow up, right? But it turns out it's not a sustainable thing, not out of like ill intent.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to talk about. The intentions of the Axie team wasn't to create some sort of what they're being called as a Ponzi scheme. It wasn't designed to Ponzi. Ponzi is very specific. It's by design to take people's money, funnel it to the top. That's not what's happening here. That is not what happens in NFTs either. Yeah. It just happens to be, happens to look that way just because that's sort of how trading works, right? You sort of buy an NFT, you hope to sell it for higher, and then all of a sudden people are not buying the higher price and everything feels like it collapses. So it looks like a Ponzi scheme, but it really isn't designed to be a Ponzi scheme. It's just how trading works.
Like these things come in phases. Like what Axie Infinity did, Web3 gaming, the metaverse, all of it as a collective is trying to achieve is to find some sort of new economic opportunity in the digital space. Yeah. Right? Because we know it's possible, like looking back into, Web 2 attempts, like at, MMORPG games, World of Warcraft, those were long-term sustainable things. They're still running. Yeah. Those are still live and vibrant economies. How the hell do they sustain? Right? So the same thing is trying to permeate into the Web3 space. We're trying to identify what is it, how do we create enough value within our own individual ecosystems? Yeah, where things can be sustainable, right?
Yeah, we capture an audience, and that audience sticks around
for hopefully a long enough period of time. And if you understand economics, even like the most successful economic models don't have infinite longevity to them, right? Yeah. At some point, it all comes tumbling down, right? Yeah. It's all about what you can achieve in that period of like sustainability. Yeah. That becomes a positive outcome. But man,
that's why it's important to understand where fiat money comes from and why it exists. Because inherently, the system of fiat money is going to kill itself. Yeah. By design, like that's how it works, right? Yeah. If you print infinite money, the money doesn't have any value, and that's exactly what's happening to the dollar and all the other currencies out there. Yeah. However, so knowing that fiat is sort of going to collapse upon its own weight, it's still extremely valuable. Right, fiat has been around for about 100 years, and it has created 100 years worth of technology, which allows us to talk about NFTs and
that's right,
Satoshi and fusion and all this stuff. The stable coin has enabled all of this innovation.
That's right.
So fiat isn't that bad when you really think about it.
Yeah, and that's another like initiative that people are probably labeling as a scam, right? Stable coins, algo coins, and stuff like that, because of one of them collapsed.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That doesn't mean the whole idea, the concept of trying to create a digital stable currency, like that's just it's always going to be a scam. These are valid attempts.
Right.
A lot of these projects, and it's a double-edged sword, right? This is what happens when new technology emerges. Yeah, you're going to have bad actors who are going to misuse it and manipulate people for their own benefit, but you can't just tarnish a whole sector of innovation as a result of that, right? It's I think something that needs to be understood, and I get it, because these are like YouTubers, again, influencers. They're kind of pandering to the sentiment for views and clicks, because people are upset,
as they should, because that's how it works.
And we get it too. We even did a little bit of that, like during the whole like FTX thing, like, dude, clearly this is what people care about.
Yeah.
People are pissed off. Like, let's just pander a little bit, because we don't want to talk about that all day, every day.
Yeah.
We want to talk about what's actually developing. We want to talk about AI. You want to talk about fusion, which I'm always down to talk about, because now I understand a little bit more about what it is.
I need to watch that 60 minutes.
It's only like 15 minutes long.
Okay. Why is it called 60 minutes?
I think the show is like an hour long. I don't know, dude.
I figured that you have to go to some site to pay for the rest of it. I don't know. Every time I watch 60 minutes, it's only for like 20 minutes.
It's just like a boomer show, dude. It's like,
it's a fucking little. Because I feel like those 20 minutes, I feel like they cut, from the end and then the beginning. Like, I feel like there's more to it.
I think they have different topics.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 segments.
Oh, okay. Well,
so it's like a 15-minute, another 15-minute. So really, shows are only last 45 minutes, and they have 15 minutes of commercial time.
Yeah.
So altogether, that's 60 minutes, dude.
Okay.
Math.
Yeah.
That's all you're getting yourself into. But really, I mean, they make some good stuff,
Yeah, every now and then. It is very boomer for sure. It's just.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. In order for you to not like switch off after hearing that.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be at least 50 plus.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I tuned into this one because I saw.
They do a good explanation on things.
They did. And it opened my eyes. I get it now why you're so enthused.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I guess I'd take the more practical approach too. It's like, dude, that sounds cool, but like, it's probably not gonna fuck with my life.
Yeah.
Probably at all. I'll probably be dead.
Yeah.
Most on my trajectory.
Yeah.
I'll be dead. Maybe you might live long enough to see it actually like apply.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, you're more happy about the breakthrough.
I'm on Team Human. So whether it's like within my lifetime or somewhere in the future, I'm
gives
happy
you
about
like
it.
hopeful aspirations for future civilization.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like imagine, let's say I invented Bitcoin, right? And and I can see in the future Bitcoin costing a lot of electrical energy.
Yeah, which that's what people bitch about right now, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So what if I knew that Bitcoin would consume so much energy that it makes more sense not to build Bitcoin in the first place? Right? That would be a problem.
Yeah.
But with fusion energy essentially comes limitless, essentially, right? With all things considered.
Yeah, I guess because there's a surplus, right? Even though it requires an immense amount of energy to
start it,
to even get like the reaction going, right?
Yeah.
And I guess the reaction they achieved isn't even close to the scale of what needs to be done to power like a city, even for like a second.
Right. But if I were to tell you that a glass of water was enough to power your city, like that's more than enough to get an investment.
Well, what? So what is that little tiny little speckle? That wasn't water. That was something.
No, it wasn't
else.
water. No, but so water contains it contains tritium. Well, it doesn't contain tritium, but it contains deuterium. So
water
it's an isotope. Yes, it's an isotope of hydrogen.
Gotcha.
Okay. So when you have hydrogen and then you have to go find tritium, which is relatively rare, but you can make it, right? It's relatively rare.
Okay.
So you have a deuterium molecule and a tritium molecule. You force them together, you create fusion. Yeah. It makes helium.
Yeah.
And then the mass that's lost, it turns into energy.
Yeah.
And that energy is used to heat up water, and then water turns to steam, and steam is fed into a turbine, and then you have electricity. So they haven't done all of that yet. But the point of the fusion discovery is that the energy put into a system, you get more energy out. That's the discovery. So, but my point is that if I were Satoshi and I was designing Bitcoin and I knew that it would require so much energy that it would be impossible to run this thing, I wouldn't build it. Things may not be invented, things like that. But if we had fusion energy and we have limitless energy, things like Bitcoin would make sense. So what other invention would require so much energy that with fusion energy we can actually build it and actually make it viable?
Space travel?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I imagine. Obviously, we don't know the most like logistical way to achieve that.
Yeah.
But you can extrapolate, right? It probably requires an immense amount of energy just to get from here to Mars, right? But basically, you're advocating for future tech, future problems, because right now we're just trying to even get civilization comfortable with the idea of like traversing to different planetary systems is even like a viable, like a worthwhile endeavor, right?
Yeah, imagine a fuel that will get us to Mars requires so much electrical energy to make the fuel that it would consume all the planet's energy. Like that's not something that
we're always perpetually fucked. We're stuck to our rock.
Yeah, exactly. That's a problem. But if we could generate a shit ton of energy through fusion, like then it's not a problem anymore.
That's the only because you said Chamath had his own take where it's like, dude, why are we even thinking about this? We have our own fusion reactor in the sun, right? And we could just extract all the energy we need.
Yeah, it's through solar panels.
And we have, Earth's needs taken care of for all and forever. As long as the sun exists, we're good.
Yeah.
Gucci. And solar power, solar tech's only going to get better over time.
Sure.
More efficient.
Yeah.
Batteries at some point will probably be innovated.
Yeah.
That's another thing that needs to be fixed or improved. So, why is this fusion thing necessary? I guess for this case.
So the following week, he kind of followed up on his statement.
For real?
Yeah.
What did he say?
So he made it a little bit more clear, which I agree with him, is like maybe fusion is a little bit too early for traditional investors, which what he is, to garner investment from like the investment community. And fusion is only good for right now for governments to invest in because it's still volatile in the sense that you don't really know a consumer product version of fusion energy.
It's exactly. That's kind of like where I'm at too.
Yeah. Which he's right. I mean, there isn't something that we'll be able to use in the next 10 years.
Basically, like the capitalism isn't really like up in arms about this yet.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, because
but it's starting to grow, right? It's starting to garner $10 billion of investment every single year from traditional investors. So it's starting to grow.
That's good. That is, so this is what I mean.
But Chamath would not invest in it because he doesn't see a product
in the near term.
Yeah.
This is like a super long-term endeavor, I'm sure. But I mean, if it turns out to be as impactful as you say it is, this is like it's like investing in the discovery of oil.
Yeah.
During its like early stages of.
I mean, go watch Spider-Man 2. He talks about having the power of the sun. In the
I have
palm of your
seen
hand.
that one.
Yeah.
The guy with the arms.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what he was trying to do. He was just trying to create fusion. And he was looking for tritium
they made it look way sexier though in that movie than what it actually is. He could have just built those lasers and just like flip a switch or two.
That's basically what Iron Man did. He built a laser, he fired it on this like little speck, and then all of a sudden he put it into his chest.
That's true. I do remember that too.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, Hollywood knows how to fluff some shit up.
Well, not only that, but they know their science too, because all that is like legit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fucking fusion, dude. But the parallel I liked and that really made it snap to me is whenever they compared it to the Wright Brothers taking off with their little janky ass plane.
Yeah.
For the first time, it didn't go far.
Yeah.
Obviously they didn't float across the planet on like first takeoff. It just kind of like is up in the air probably for like 10 seconds and then it came.
Yeah.
It's like a little sputtering stop.
Yeah. Which
It
goes back to your point about crypto. It's like these things like Axie Infinity and play-to-earn games, they're not going to take off and fly around the planet first flight.
They do not. You have little sputs.
Yeah.
It's like you just take off for a second. It's like, dude, that's a breakthrough.
Yeah. Yeah.
The same with Axie. They've proven something that a digital economy can exist.
Yeah. That's all you need to know.
The sustainability aspect is going to take who knows how long to figure out, right?
But in the middle of all this figuring out, there's going to be a shit ton of scams. Like, that's how it is.
Opportunities, yeah. I mean, I don't know what the airplane scammers were doing. It's like, hold on, get on my plane. This thing works. I promise you. It's like,
They're just launching people off cliffs, dude.
Pretty much. Did you see that plane crash in Nepal?
I did see it.
Did you see the video? The guy inside the plane?
Yeah, I did see that.
Dude, that was fucked.
I can't. What are the odds that you're recording landing while it's crashing? Well,
I'm pretty sure he like flipped. I don't know. I mean, I think those odds are actually pretty good because like everybody's always on their phone. You know what I mean?
I don't know if they're recording.
He was live streaming, I think.
What are the odds of that though?
I mean, I don't know. I'm more like flabbergasted by the plane exploding than the odds of the guy recording. You know what I mean?
I feel like there's more planes going down more often than we think.
No way.
I feel like that's true. Not like in a conspiracy theory type of way, but like in a statistical way.
The airplane industry is like covering it all up. It's like every fucking day it's just like
yeah.
Dude, the sheer fact that we can fly this many planes and land them safely is amazing.
Yeah, agreed.
I always have to like remind myself that whenever I'm in an airport about to board one. Yeah. It's like, dude, these motherfuckers do this all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like they're just flying. So like the chances of my plane going down like that has to be so small.
You know what's even crazier?
And it gives me the confidence to get on that thing.
While you're waiting for your plane, it freaking lands. People get out and you get in and it takes off again.
That's my point. It's like they just, and then like some dude, I have to trust the fucking guy who sticks the hose in this bitch to refuel it.
Yeah.
Like isn't like high or something. Like he just somehow didn't like
makes a dent and like is leaking
the lever. Yeah, then like somehow the pilot is also high and like doesn't check the fucking gauge and then we take off.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're out of gas. You know, it's just those are the thoughts that run through my head at the airport.
Yeah.
That's why I have to also get high before I board.
Everybody's high on the board.
Dude, it's terrifying, man, to think about. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, when you think about it that way, you're in a tube in
but the
sky.
Airline industry has done a really good job of like cushioning up, like, you know, cozying up the experience. So
it's pretty regulated, so yeah.
You don't think about your potential imminent death.
Yeah, in a tube, in a straw.
Uncontrollable.
I mean, flies on Soul Plane.
What is that?
You never see the...
Oh, like Soul Train?
No, Soul Plane.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen
the one that bounces?
No, there's like a movie called Soul Plane. I think like Snoop Dogg's the pilot.
Isn't that the one that bounces? Like it's like a...
You're thinking of Soul Train.
I've never actually seen this, dude.
Yeah, no, I don't fly on Soul Plane, dude.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg's the pilot.
Oh, damn.
Well, I would hope not. Shit.
Yeah, because he's high all the time, right? So it makes sense.
Yeah, I want my pilot stone sober, to be honest. Stone sober, like jacked on caffeine and like just
ready to go.
Straight operating, dude. Because I'm serious, man. Like I'm not scared. I'm scared, but I'm not gonna not fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, it is scary when you think about it.
Yeah.
But you just don't think about it. You're just like in a seat and you're just waiting, and then you're just in a new location all of a sudden.
Yeah, and that's the cool part. It's like, damn, son, I'm here. But I just hate that in between. Fuck, I hate it. But hopefully with cold fusion or with fusion, we'll discover new transportation methods in the future. That would be swell.
Dude, what if teleportation requires so much energy?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
You know, like
that's not possible, right? It can't be.
Well, let's
it cannot.
Maybe.
There's no fucking way teleportation is possible. Like
I wouldn't put it against science to figure that out. I'm not gonna bet against it.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's not even think about that because that's gonna drive me nuts.
Dude, think of quantum entanglement. We can communicate in vast distances instantaneously.
Okay, so that's another one of these like physics breakthroughs. Was like now you can extrapolate. Oh, I guess if you could teleport one particle across.
Well, it's not teleporting, so it's entanglement.
Or communicate?
But if you could, you could communicate. You take two entangled particles, you put them far enough apart, you flip one, the other one flips automatically, like instantaneously. Yeah. So what is the equivalent of flipping? Ones and zeros. What are our computational foundation? Ones and zeros. So now you can send messages to each other. Theoretically, right? No one's actually proven this, but...
Interesting. Well, shit, dude. This just turned into the Neil deGrasse Tyson
the future podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I'm perfectly cool with that. Dude, we're in a bear market, dude. We can talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, but
up until there's like projects galore, because we're gonna talk about one here in a second, and we already recorded a video.
Yeah, we did.
20-minute, so you can go on YouTube to check that one out. Because you stumbled onto it, and we're all in AI just because it's so interesting
and useful.
Useful. And we're already seeing like little trickle-ins of our prediction of AI being the next big thing for the Web3 space. It might take a little bit of time because people are going to have to figure out clever ways how to utilize this whole AI trend in the blockchain space. So
yeah,
but we're starting to see it, right? So, but the point is, there's not like an abundance of these projects yet.
Yeah.
They're only just getting started.
Yeah, it goes back to when we started the podcast and we were looking at DeFi projects.
That's right.
And we
there was like a few.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah, it's like less than 5.
Pull together. Compound.
Yeah, Compound, MakerDAO.
Maybe like another couple others and
like
eventually
Curve maybe, or maybe that's too advanced.
Curve came a little later.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about literally the moment where we first started the podcast and we were like looking at things. But then we came to that for some reason we veered our eyes away from the direction of DeFi once we kind of like talked about it, like, this is cool, right? But this isn't going to spark into a mania because there's no tokens.
No token.
Yeah, it's like, how can people speculate on this?
Yeah, and at the same time, while we were seeing that there was no token, there's no mania, we were like, what is this shiny little thing over here called the metaverse?
Yeah.
And then we got so distracted that when they launched their token, we were like, what? They have a token now? And we missed the whole DeFi thing.
That's absolutely what happened. Yeah, we got sucked into the metaverse just because it was so alluring and there were no tokens.
It spoke to us.
I guess there was a token there. It was Mana.
Yeah.
Right? That was the one that captivated us.
So but we never looked at Mana as like this huge opportunity though.
No.
Like
we were more fixated on the idea of building again like some sort of economic components within the metaverse, right? Because once they actually launched something you can build on top of, right? We started to theorize all these different things you could do with the metaverse, right?
Yeah, and this was at a time when Mana went down to a penny during COVID.
Yeah.
That's a 500x.
So it's
future right there.
It's no wonder we got so distracted, dude. Now that I think back to it, because like we literally missed the whole DeFi summer. Like you caught the tail of it. We're like, hold up, where are all these food coins coming from?
Yeah.
It's like, what are y'all doing over there? And then before you know it, we checked everything. And like, dude, DeFi went fucking crazy with their tokens.
Yeah.
Because like they basically just started slapping governance as like the main utility to them, right? That was really never. That was like a whole new angle. I guess.
But I felt like governance was just every project's way to get around the regulation.
Well, just to viably launch a token in the first place, right? Because but it is a viable explanation to why some sort of decentralized ecosystem needs a token. It's to govern the platform. I mean, it's not the most efficient way to govern, but it is a tool.
Yeah. Speaking of governance, there is an app out there. I forget where I found it, but I think I found it on Twitter. That measured the performance of DAO organizations.
Oh yeah.
And Decentraland was like top 2 or whatever.
Interesting. I mean, Decentraland DAO has been pretty fucking active.
It's been active, but I just don't know how relatively active it is compared to everything else.
I don't know. That's a good point. Yeah, because we're not deeply ingrained into like the other communities. I mean, it takes a lot of initiative to get involved into the internal governance of a protocol or a project.
Yeah, understand like the ethos and like how you're supposed to communicate with each other, all that stuff.
Yeah, like those Beanstalk guys, dude. They're probably like passionate beans, dude.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Yeah.
They're like, shout out any Beanstalk listeners. I think you guys have been trying to hook us up with some more algo projects, which we definitely want to.
Yeah, we're going to be looking into that.
Delve down those paths. But that's another good example. That's a decentralized ecosystem with their own initiative, their own purpose. Their mission is to, get that plane to not sputter so goddamn soon.
Yeah, that's right.
that algo stablecoin plane, dude. We all got planes lifting off. Some of them just straight nose diving.
Yeah.
Others sustaining like a low flight, you know.
Yeah.
And then we got some like Bitcoin dudes like way in the fucking stratosphere.
Yeah, that's right.
But every now and then it hits turbulence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what we're doing here. We're all just building planes, dude. And yeah, it's not going to be pretty. We're going to see some fatalities, some casualties, some...
Yeah.
I don't know how else to put it, man.
Yeah, that's a good
There's
way.
some, what do they call those? Expendables? I don't know. They're not expendable. Like everybody gets burnt.
Yeah, it's collateral damage.
There you go. That's how you put it.
I'm really into this plane analogy.
It fucking works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I know. That's what sold me on Fusion. Is that fucking plane? They like showed the Wright Brothers. Like, oh, that's why it's that's a big moment.
Yeah, dude, that's why these analogies are so key to like explaining stuff.
Know. I love them. I love parallels and it helps so much. You know, it helps really just hone down everything into like a very good representation.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. So, nonetheless, if you think crypto's a scam, that's fine, because you're not new, bro. Yeah, like everybody's been saying crypto's a scam since it started, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And guess what? It just keeps growing and growing. And growing,
whenever you're first introduced to Bitcoin, you assume it's a scam. Like everyone did. Not necessarily a scam, but not as useful as they were saying it was.
Yeah, I mean, I was introduced to Bitcoin through Andreas Antonopoulos, and I never at once thought, like, while he was talking to Joe Rogan on his podcast, like, dude, this guy's scamming.
Yeah, right.
I thought,
but he's so eloquent and and he used a lot of analogies and like this is Bitcoin's. Think of the Bitcoin as like the early internet days. It's like, oh shit, you know what? That is what it is.
That's what everybody says though. It's like this is the next internet. You know, he could have been like a straight snake oil sales guy.
Yeah, he could have.
But he had a genuine belief and passion. Like, dude, this is again, Bitcoin has an ethos and a mission and a purpose. You know, you might not agree with it. You might. You know, the monetary system we have and humanity leverages today doesn't have to be like the end all be all. There are other models that could exist.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't we experiment? And why can't people have the opportunity to take part in that?
Or even at least diversify our holdings, right? Instead of just gold and silver, you got gold, silver, and Bitcoin.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, instead of backing the dollar by your military, why not back it by Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
So yeah, that's
that's it. So I mean, there's really not much else to say. I mean,
that's the tweet.
What?
That's the tweet.
That's the tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think people are generally against the idea of like a digital currency, right? Like I think that makes sense to a lot of people, but I don't know. Bitcoin just has that stigma.
Well, I mean, we have digital currency, right? I can send you, $5 on Venmo. It's digital. I didn't send you like physical cash, right? So we have digital currency. So I don't think people are afraid of that. I think what it is that it's completely independent from governments and like, that's what they're potentially pushing back on, which, they're just scared, fearful.
Well, it's that. And then they got muddied up, I guess, by all the other actual opportunists who, just spun up, dog shit coin and all these other things. And which even in itself, it's again, it's stupid kind of, but is it a scam? Like it's operating.
Is Dogecoin a scam?
Like Shiba, is that
probably
a scam?
Not.
I don't think so either.
I don't think those.
I wouldn't
are
label
scams.
those as scams. I mean,
it's just human psychology in coin form.
Humans find things that they can identify with, I guess,
and just like they meme it.
Yeah,
just push it just for the memes, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so there's really not much to defend here. As far as I don't want the actual good actors and they're to get tarnished anyway. And it's not like it's over for crypto or Web3 or anything like that. We're gonna recover from this.
Yeah,
this is normal bear market stuff because I've seen it all before. This is all.
Yeah,
it doesn't even faze me anymore whenever I hear like, oh, this new government wants to ban Bitcoin and crypto. It's like, shut up. That's so old news.
Yeah.
If you're a new head, that might be like, oh, fuck, it's all over.
I'm going to sell my 0.001 Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's. I think at this point, I'm definitely feeling my season. You know what I mean?
You're a veteran now.
I'm feeling it. It's like, dude, this is it's so predictable.
Yeah, you're leading the troops now.
I guess. Yeah, this is a rally to everybody who's still around listening to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, why the hell are you guys? You guys obviously don't think crypto or Web3, the metaverse, anything we talk about is a scam, right?
Yeah.
It's not. So this is a rally, I guess, to everybody. If anybody's feeling in doubt, dude, this is not.
Yeah.
It's not, there's nothing to fear.
Or if you're new, there's definitely nothing to fear. You just got to separate the trash.
But you do have to do your due diligence because there are actual bad actors too.
Yeah.
Right?
There is.
So you have to be able to identify how,
Which is why SBF and FTX was such a big deal because nobody identified this fraudulent activity.
That's a good point. Even with your hardcore due diligence,
they got big time investors. They
Sequoia.
They didn't like look into it.
Yeah, who would have thought like something Sequoia was backing would totally fuck everybody.
So all that means is that you gotta have a board now if you're gonna start a business.
Yeah, and you gotta take proper precautions too. Like, don't over leverage yourself to anything. Yeah. So, and be safe. You can't have all your, have everything exposed to a single exchange. Things like this. There's a lot of life lessons that can be learned just by dabbling in this space, right? How to
protect yourself
and invest wisely. I mean, come on, man. These are character improvements. You're gonna become a much better person at the end of the day.
Yeah, all this stuff you could have learned without getting scammed. You could have just followed the best practices for protecting yourself, diversify, things like that.
Yeah, we need to put out those videos.
But mostly people learn these lessons through pain.
That's a great point.
And experiencing these problems.
Yeah, otherwise you just stay on the sidelines and just watch everything happen.
Yeah.
You don't participate. You don't learn. You don't grow as a person, And of course, that's easy for me to say. I'm somebody who actually did get burnt. They don't want to hear that shit. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I actually lost my life savings here. I don't want to hear how
easy it was.
This is gonna make me a better person. Or maybe you do want to hear that. I don't know. But that's the truth of it. Like, you can recover no matter what happened. You know?
It's true.
We know people personally who've been hacked. People are getting hacked like crazy these days. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, I do know why. Just because there's so many damn bad actors out there fishing for.
There's a lot, man. It feels like a lot. Every day you get DMs about.
I know.
Click this and make $1,000 in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So even then, dude, you could recover from this. Whoever got hacked or exposed, it's not the end, dude. Don't again. Just let some time go by and, let the bearish mode pass, dude.
Yeah.
That's it. That was my little therapy spiel. Just to get us a little bit further down this bear cycle, dude. Because we've gone full circle. I remember the last time, dude.
Yeah, man. You were very pessimistic about everything.
What? What do you mean?
You're when Bitcoin was recovering, it went from 3,000 to 5,000. I was like, dude, this is it.
Yeah.
It's we're back. Yeah. And you're like, nah, dude.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
It's gonna go to $1,000. I'm like, no way.
I think I did say that.
Yeah.
I think I'm saying the same things even now. There's a little rally happening. I'm like, dude, this ain't shit. This is a trap.
Yeah, but this rally is definitely early to be anything of substance.
You don't know that, dude.
I don't know that. But
yeah.
You're right.
What if we're gonna have a V-shaped recovery, dude? We're on our way to 100K next month.
The bulls are back.
We don't know. That's another takeaway that we
don't know. Yeah,
we're definitely not gonna get in the habit of trying to predict the market anymore. That's dangerous. Also.
But it is important to understand where in the cycle we are.
Yes.
So that comes with predictions.
But it also comes with just evaluating sentiment, psychology, and
speaking of, sentiment has returned a little bit. Sentiment has changed positively.
Well, a lot of it has to do with SPF is kind of out of the news cycle now, FTX.
But I might have missed the announcement by the Fed. But did they announce no more interest rates?
No,
increases.
It's just the inflation number. It's not as bad as I guess people were expecting it to be. I think we're actually. I think it was 6.5% as opposed to 7.5% or something.
Okay.
So it was lower than last month.
Okay.
So people are taking that as a positive indicator.
So explain to me how inflation. I guess the rate of inflation goes down, so they're printing less money. In other words.
Well, I guess it's an indication that the Federal Reserve at some point will cut back on all the
printing,
the measures. Well, having higher interest rates. Now they're going to probably inverse that, right?
Okay.
Bring them back down.
Oh, I see.
Because the inflation numbers are going down. So at some point,
it's too cheap.
The levers are going to switch in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And then QE will probably restart. And then we're back to our same
all-time highs.
We're back to our same old show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone's aware of there's a couple of levers the Federal Reserve has access to.
Yeah.
So the market's anticipating it in a way. I mean, I don't know necessarily. Maybe next month the inflation number goes through the roof.
Man, that means the market, the participants in the market are very knowledgeable.
Oh, they're fucking brilliant. Of course, the market movers.
Yeah. I mean, they are, but. Feels like the general market's picking up on this shit,
Well, yeah.
It's like, hey, we got 6.5%. That means buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, well,
that seems to be what's happening.
Possibly. I mean, I think Bitcoin is just correlated to what's going on in the.
It is. It's just correlated.
Yeah,
but it's participating in that correlation.
Nonetheless, it's not like we're out of the woods for like a recession or anything like that.
No.
These are just, inflation numbers, just a market finding something to be hopeful about. Before you know it, you could see unemployment rising through the roof.
Yeah.
And then, scary numbers.
Yeah.
Time to sell again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, we're so volatile, dude. We're pretty much pussies.
Yeah, but
that's what the market represents about us, dude.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's both. We're pussies, but we're also like ballsy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like whenever we're over exuberant about things, like God damn, dude, we're fucking.
It's like we are going to 300,000.
Yeah,
can't lose.
Yeah. Can't lose. Yeah, we're like overly confident, and then in our downs, we're basically bipolar as fuck as human beings.
Yeah,
can't fix that, dude.
But it's so hard to figure out though, because like when you're experiencing this in real time, when you're at $69,000 Bitcoin, there's no clear indicator that you should sell now.
Well, of course not. If there was, we'd all be rich.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And like we're at a $15,000 Bitcoin. It's not obvious that you should be buying Bitcoin right now.
It's not.
But, I mean.
But it is at the same time. It is obvious.
It is.
When you analyze everything, like, the whole cycle, the existence and the trajectory, all these data points we have.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking obvious, but our psychology.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the feeling of it's like you're looking at a $15,000 Bitcoin. There's no clear like feeling that this now is the time to buy. But once you start comparing what $15,000 Bitcoin in the cycle is, it's obvious.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's because there's nothing there. Again, like there's nothing there to support your own suspicion. Like this is the time. This is what I should be buying. Like the world is telling you this shit's a scam.
Yeah.
Everyone like this guy's on YouTube. He's like, dude, don't buy that shit. You just got burnt.
Yeah.
And then in the back of our mind, that's those seeds are planted.
That's true.
They live there, dude.
They do live there.
It's like a subconscious effect.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And then everybody's looking for some sort of hope, like a confirmation that we're not like silly people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're not crazy.
We're not crazy folk. But I don't know. I think that's simply what separates like the elites from the non-elites, like having that composure, that emotional control.
Warren Buffett, man, blood in the streets.
He probably learned that early in his career because he started investing as a child, basically. By the time he entered his 20s and 30s, he was like a fucking seasoned vet. And he's like, dude, these markets don't phase me.
This is easy.
This is easy money, dude. Coca-Cola, I'm in.
Yeah.
Fucking, and then he just doesn't sell because he basically he invested in the American economy. It's like you can't lose. That's it. That's all stocks are, dude.
Yeah.
Why would you sell out on that? Like especially during his day. You know what I mean?
It's the poor man complex, dude.
Yes.
That's what it is.
God, I hate that complex. I have it so bad. It's so bad. You make so many bad financial decisions when you're poor.
You know when you have to sell, to pay bills. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you regret every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's such a terrible complex, dude. It's a real thing, and it happens to so many people.
Everybody, just about. That's what I mean. That's what separates the classes, and unfortunately, it's getting harder and harder and harder to get out of that trench.
Yep.
You can't just you could, if you have like a normal average income, you could viably maybe save up $5 to $10K a year.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe if you're like really stretching it, because a lot of times like shit just pops up. It's like, fuck, my car broke. I guess I'm gonna have to siphon all my savings.
Yep.
So it's almost impossible to get out of that trench level. You know what I mean?
It's always something. Somebody gets sick.
Yeah.
It's always something.
So it's fucking hard, man.
And then even then, you should probably be saving $5,000 or $10,000. But if you're not investing, the $5,000 to $10,000 is like worth less next year.
Exactly. Yeah.
So then you're investing the $5,000 to $10,000, and then you're getting wrecked because you're putting it in the wrong market, cycles, all that.
Yeah. And a lot of people, you never know. You might not even be around tomorrow. So shit.
Yeah.
But that's not the right approach to take.
It's definitely not.
I'm not gonna.
It's like sell
like,
everything. Buy
YOLO,
yachts.
dude. Let's just go fucking party. Fuck everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the case.
Yeah, 'cause you tend not to die. I mean, the body's pretty resilient, and so you end up making it.
Yeah, like part of like if we were to come up with like a whole like plan, like if we were gonna do like our own Andrew Tate, what's it called? You know how Andrew Tate has his own cult?
Yeah, what's it called?
The War Room.
Hustlers
University. There you go. If we were to do our own like program, what would that entail? Like it would definitely, for sure, like save as much as you can viably, just to even get yourself started in this realm, right?
Okay.
Because you want to become a participant in like something.
But you'd want to be participating in like a reasonable way, and that's not gonna induce like, cultish following, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna be reasonable about my earnings versus a millionaire.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so he sold his followers because he pitched big millionaires.
Yeah, need more Bugattis.
Yeah, right. So of course people are gonna buy into that because of course everybody wants a Bugatti, even though it's completely unreasonable.
Nobody wants your Corolla.
Yeah.
So then our program is what? Yeah, fucking secondhand Hyundais.
Yeah, buy your Hyundai. Spend your $14,000 and buy it for 6 years,
and then
invest the rest.
That's a good program.
Hell yeah, that's a great program.
So there you go, dude. I'm all for that. But then because you got to get your foot in the door somehow, dude.
Yeah,
that's the point. Because I recognize most people are in that situation. You don't have financial resources to speculate on things like this, but that is the opportunity that everybody has, right? These are the moments during these bear markets where I guess you can get a little risky if you can.
Yeah, now's the time.
Yeah,
now's the time to really start getting back in. I mean, without giving out investment advice, but if you understand where you are in the cycle, you got to know when to play and when not to play.
Yeah, that's all right.
So yeah.
Speaking of that,
so we did a 20-minute video about personal AI. Definitely watch it. It basically breaks down what personal AI is and like its potential. But I figured it's worthy bringing it up again because I think we discovered a new spin to it that I think might happen in this cycle that I think you guys would be interested in kind of learning.
Yeah, I guess we're equating personal AI to, but I think just AI in general has to integrate with like NFTs because we were looking at Magic Eden.
Yeah.
And other NFT platforms and stuff because we're speculating as we do. It's like, dude, there's no way this market's going to like this pump we're experiencing. There's no way that's like the real deal pump, and we're not going to see one until something new emerges, right? There's no way the market's going to reinvigorate over the same old stuff.
Yeah, they're definitely not.
Right?
Yeah, they're not.
We're not going to do IDOs all over again.
Yeah,
we're not going to do the same
PFP projects, picture projects,
just JPEGs. Something has to evolve or emerge into a whole new entire class, right? Mm-hmm. And it feels like AI is the perfect tool to inject into things that do exist to create like a whole new speculative class, right?
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
So explain, like, what do you have in mind?
All right, so let's just come up with an example. So I'm going to go to OpenSea's homepage, and I'm going to click on the first profile pic I see. I want like an obvious one. Okay, collectibles. All right, let's pick Bored Apes. That way we don't like show anything crazy.
Yeah.
So okay, imagine this: with AI coming into the zeitgeist of humanity, we're trying to figure out a way where what are projects going to do with AI that will allow it to be a speculative mania. Mm-hmm. So then I thought it's like, okay, well, what if you joined a personal version of AI? Like, assume that this character had a sort of like a mentality that reflected this image, and you can interact with this image and type into the little chat box that would be in here on this new website. You would type it in and say, you ask it a question, and it would respond in this manner. Right. And so I figured that would be something that people would want to speculate and trade on. It's like maybe you have like the coolest Bored Ape here and he speaks in a very unique way, and that's the one that you want. It adds more speculative.
So they'd have like personalities.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, which that's what the images are supposed to represent themselves. Like you're supposed to feel an affinity towards your unique image.
Yeah.
Based on like the collage of personality traits it has, right? Like, hey, this guy has a sailor hat, you know, and he's got his lips open like he's, whistling.
Yeah.
He looks a little goofy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So he's going to respond in a goofy way.
Potentially.
Yeah. So imagine this 2D image, and right now the metaverse is enabling 3D versions of this.
Yeah.
But what if the fourth dimension was to be able to speak to this personality? Like like a Chat GPT version of this.
That's what I was gonna say. Everybody's already kind of like getting comfortable with that.
Yeah.
That behavior.
Yeah, and what if Chat GPT can embed personalities to it? Like one's a little bit more rude, one's a little bit more bubbly, happy.
Yeah.
And like then you tie those attributes to different PFP projects, and all of a sudden you have tradable media here.
Yeah, I think that's exactly. It can even get like extrapolated even further down, like to even bring these into the metaverse a little bit more, make them into full-blown companions that have their own AI personalities that can even, I don't know, potentially live out their own existence in the metaverse itself.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go far, right?
Yeah.
A project can definitely, I think, garner a lot of interest just off of this narrative alone, right?
Yeah.
And this is that new class I'm talking about. Like, so this can apply to NFTs. I'm pretty sure AI is going to apply to DeFi in some way, one way or another.
Yeah.
How could you do that?
How would you join AI in DeFi though?
Some sort of like,
like a predictive
max
model?
yield generating tool.
It's like trading bot.
Yeah, they already have. Remember, TJ.
Yeah, I know. I fell victim.
Maybe they didn't actually do a good job. I don't know. But yeah, there's been.
It's probably not AI though. It was probably just some algorithm trading bot.
Yeah, maybe that's not a sexy enough version of AI.
But I think AI would be like, let's say you invest 1,000 DAI into this loan contract, and you get like 3 or 4%, and it says, "Hey William, if you wait, 3 years, that $1,000 will turn into $4,000." And it's like that's not information that is obvious on the website itself.
I see. But that would actually be so useful.
Would be encouraging. It's like, hey, just leave it here.
Yeah.
And, this is what you get if you wait long enough.
Yeah, maybe you set your parameters to this AI of like what it is you do want to achieve.
Yeah.
Like with your initial, because like I said, a lot of people don't have the position to get that crazy with it. So you like set your risk parameter.
Yeah.
And then like your, like how long you think you're going to live. I don't know. You know how all these AI tools, they have fields and parameters and options that you input first, and then it outputs some sort of AI.
Yeah. Like
response,
suggestion,
or something,
strategy,
a product of AI based on your input. So you would have to create that, right? And then from that, it would just constantly like be your guide, or like your angel on your shoulder, like you're saying. The markets are in despair. It would just like be your voice. It's like, dude,
you know, what'd be funny,
down, bro.
Is it you talk to your personal AI as you putting in all your parameters. It's like I feel like I'm gonna die in my mid-30s, right? And it says, and then it would respond as like, you know what you should do? You should just degen out on all the shit coins.
Yeah.
And maybe you hit a jackpot, and then you can go crazy for a couple years.
Interesting.
But the problem
I feel like everybody would set it to that, then, because it would give you like the most gains, or I guess the heaviest losses too.
Yeah, it would.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's funny. But you wouldn't have to think yourself. That's kind of the point.
Yeah. But yeah, because theoretically, AI would know a little bit more than you because it's tapped into so many things.
The worst part would be like, yeah, I think I'm going to live about 75. It's like, oh, no, you don't have that long.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It like knows because you also gave it your health records.
Right. Yeah. Like, no.
Did you forget this?
It's a little optimistic, don't you think?
Yeah.
Damn it. Hopefully AI doesn't get that. Like
that
personal? That frank with you.
That's what I want, dude, is when I go to sell it, just talk shit to me. It's like, you dummy.
Yeah.
Haven't you learned?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be.
And that's what I expect, like a real mature AI to, feel. And that's why I think this stuff will be cool, like as far as like a companion feature.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't know. But this may be interpreted as also dystopic. It's just analyze current trends. Civilization is becoming more and more isolated and lonely.
Yeah.
Less friendships, less relationships are occurring. So, I mean, I could feasibly like predict the future where a lot more AI to human relationships will occur, and it might be normalized.
You need to watch the movie Her.
Yeah, I didn't know of it, but you explained it to me.
Yeah.
So it's already been predicted.
It is. Yeah. So if it's in the movies, it's gonna happen. So.
Fuck, man. What do you think? Positive, negative?
Well, I think it's all positive.
God damn.
Yeah, I think it's all positive.
For real?
I can imagine like you're hanging out on your phone and maybe you're spending too much time on Instagram or Twitter, and a little drop down menu to say, hey, you know, the statistics show that if you spend more than 2 hours a day on Instagram, the people tend to kill themselves more often.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
I was like, okay, all right. So that's what it's like. All right, I had enough of Instagram for today.
Yeah, that sounds like a personal AI thing for you, huh?
It would be.
Just let
I don't think that would work for me.
But I feel like that would be helpful for a lot of people because they don't know where their depression is coming from their anxiety. Is like maybe you're spending too much time on social media. That could contribute.
Yeah, and I think most people wouldn't. I don't know. Would people opt to download that AI app because
it's looking at everything that you're doing?
Maybe they would because it's a non-biased, suggester. Like, because we have people in when our parents tell us what's best for us. Yeah. Fuck you, mom. You don't know what's. I'm gonna do what I want. Type shit. You know. I don't know if people would have the same reaction to their AIs. Yeah. They might over time be like, dude, stop bugging me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this heroin's not good for me, but fuck off, dude.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's how people would react.
Yeah.
You're like, hold on.
It's a big jump from Instagram.
Yeah.
If somebody needs some AI assistance, like an AI, hold you from jumping off the bridge, definitely somebody doping up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a little AI, I don't know how
they do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah. It talks from the phone. It's like in your pocket. It's like, don't do it.
Don't do it. It's like, love yourself. It's like, oh. As soon as you stick it in, it's like, fuck.
It groans.
It groans.
It's all sad. Shit. I don't know, man.
Right.
But this is the future we're heading towards for sure,
Yeah, and it's a speculative one because I feel like projects are going to take advantage of this AI thing. They're not going to let this slide.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to figure out some mania associated with AI.
Yeah.
They're going to attach it to NFTs, and all of a sudden we have the 2.0 version of PFP projects.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be AI PFPs.
AI something. Just AI NFT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking people are just going to sell digital friends,
Yeah.
Digital companions.
And
shit.
And some of them are going to be fun and useful, but I feel like the majority is just going to be out there to, quick buck.
Yeah, I mean, is there a genuine problem that's going to be again? We were just advocating for crypto and Web3. Usually, every sector that emerges, there's always a core problem that is being solved.
Well, what's the core problem with a PFP? Like, I guess digital identity, unique digital identity, rather than just taking a picture of yourself. You're like an avatar.
I don't know if that.
I don't know if that's a problem.
That might.
It's definitely a better product.
There you go. The problem of actual good products for utilizing NFTs, I guess, digital.
Yeah.
Creating value from the digital.
Yeah, people had a lot more fun showing their Bored Ape on their profile pic than they do their personal human body. Like
even their kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd rather show my Bored Ape than my family.
Yeah.
That's definitely not a problem. That's just That's a testament to how valuable the digital can become.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, people are flexing their Bored Apes just because they're each 100K, right? So
yeah, but
of course you're gonna flex that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how much people actually identify with any of these Bored Apes. I think they're flexing that they're each 100K.
Other than Eminem's,
yeah,
his looks like him.
Yeah, it does. I think that kind of looks like Eminem's Bored Ape.
It's the Eminem hat for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck, man. But yeah, I'm just saying, like personal AI. I think they are trying to solve a legitimate, market gap, I guess. Because as cool as ChatGPT is, we do need more narrowed in, honed in representations.
There's
from
general
AI.
Purpose AI like
Exactly,
ChatGPT, and then there's personal AI.
Yeah, it's just
I'm excited by personal AI with some of the stuff we were kind of throwing around about how it can be leveraged. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, man.
So you can envision a future of where that's useful, right? And where everybody's gonna opt to have their own personal AI, and then having the opportunity to basically have full blown interactions with anybody on the planet, but not actually them, but like their closest version of them through AI.
Yeah.
Like, let's, hit up Elon Musk.
Yeah.
What do you think of our latest episode, dude? And it like watches it.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you guys are stupid.
It's like I found that to be entertaining.
Yeah, it's like especially that fusion stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, let me tell you about my thoughts on fusion.
Yeah.
How can we leverage that as like it just feels good, right? Even if it's just from purely entertainment perspective, like there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't have to be like, holy shit, we're advancing like so fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I agree. I feel like just personal AI as like a entertainment aspect, I think that's valid.
I think it's so cool and so new, like from an idea. Like if somebody builds a platform like a Twitter for all of our personal AIs to exist and commingle.
Yeah. Like you could go to a Twitter account of like Elon Musk and you could ask it a question.
Yeah.
And like it will respond.
Yeah. Or even if it just gets to a point, probably not now, but like a later maturity stage where you don't have to do anything. Maybe you set the parameters of an automated discussion, like it just generates its own. Just chooses like just like Twitter. It's like an automated Twitter where there's no humans involved, but all of our like information and knowledge exists present. That's where it's being pulled from, and they're just conversing amongst themselves.
Yeah, like what
and
if
we're like outside observers.
Yeah, what if like AI understood that I like scientific advancements and like it just automatically tweets on my behalf? It's like, hey, there's a breakthrough in fusion.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a new CRISPR advancement. Like,
it
just automatically tweets. It's like I see. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, maybe your AI is like a little more outgoing than you, which in your case would probably be
helpful,
true,
useful.
Yeah, it's like this is what I would say if I was like not so Twitter shy.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it kind of like helps you come to a better understanding of yourself.
Yeah.
How is that not useful?
Whoa, that's deep.
That is deep.
And
I like it. I would use it.
I do too, because I'm also Twitter shy, and I have a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
But maybe my AI would do a better job than I would. I know it would.
Yeah.
So I'll just tell it, like, dude, go ham.
Yeah.
Say some shit.
Yeah.
And I want to know.
Yeah.
And let me know what you say.
I feel like that would be very useful.
Totally agree.
Dude.
Maybe we need to build this new app. What do you guys think in the comments? Should we build
should we build this
AI Twitter?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. What do we call it? Fuck it.
Tweet AI. Tweet.ai. We're going to have to get that
AI
domain.
chat. AI chat. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we covered a lot today. So we talked about like the sentiment of crypto. We talked, we didn't even get to talk about Herman Narula, dude.
Oh,
that's gonna
dude.
be a
so yeah,
video.
Herman's back.
Yeah,
he took like a month off, just like
I think he got sick.
Yeah, we all got sick in the States. Literally everybody did. Like the craziest virus ran through the whole country. So
yeah,
but he's back and he's tweeting about the metaverse and he's been saying some things.
Yeah,
that we have strong opinions about. So
yeah.
I guess we'll have to maybe next week or something.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it.
All right, let us know what you think about everything we talked about today in the comment section below. If you're listening to this, definitely check out the YouTube video. I think it's a little bit more visual,
engaging.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And make sure you follow us on Twitter at The Block Runner, at MetaZone.io, and at RoviAI. And we'll catch you on the next podcast.
Peace.